Greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one, the only Red's View. Of course, I am your gracious host, Jay Red, joined by a very, very special guest. You seen him? I say guest. You've seen him so many times on here, man. He's a part of the show unofficially, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the cultivating culturalist theorist, CJ. What's up, man?
Hey, what's happening, man? How you living, bro?
I'm living, trying to live fat.
There you
Trying
go.
to make sure this Bitcoin keeps going up. Trying to make sure this Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever. I know I got some stuff in there. I
Yeah.
need all the cryptos to jump up, man, because they've been going up and they've been crashing down today. But man, I've been having a good couple of days with the cryptos and stuff like that. How you been?
No, I can't complain either, man. Like I said earlier, man, trying to make ends meet like ground beef. Excited for the
Absolutely.
show though. We got some good topics.
Oh yeah, we got some good topics, and as usual, you can catch us here every week. Whether it's me, whether it's PM, whether it's CJ, we gonna be here, man. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, which is going across your screen right now, youtube.com/RedsView. And also, before I begin, make sure it's right above CJ's head right there. My EP Rewind is available on all streaming platforms. I know y'all were digging that Who sample that I did early, or was it last week? The last weekend. Got some more coming, man. And I got a new project that I'm working on as well. We're gonna keep that thing rolling, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But yeah, man, hopefully everybody has been having a good start of their week so far. Like CJ said, we got a lot to talk about. And one thing we were just talking about this, I want to start it off like this. Ladies, y'all be talking about we worship BBLs, we're the reason for these BBLs and all this other BS, because I just was talking about it. Listen, man, y'all get off of this. As Pimp C said, get off the boo-boo. Okay. Listen, we prefer natural. I don't know how many times we got to say that. We prefer it. You go and ask a guy, does he want a BBL, meaning on a female? We're gonna 9 times out of 10 say no. If a girl already got a gang of ass, like why, why would we want her to have a BBL? Like BBL supposed to make you look good. I just had to get that out there. What you feel about that, CJ? That's the first thing we're gonna talk about for sure.
Yeah, I think natural. I think most cats will tell you natural, and that goes for more than just BBL though. That go for accessories. That go for a ton of makeup. That go for eyelashes. That go for a lot of things. Generally speaking, I've been a guy for a long time. I hang around a lot of guys. I've grown up with a lot of my homies. No one has ever seen somebody and said, "Man, she would be bad if she had extra long eyelashes." No one's ever said that. And same goes for, like you said, the BBL. It's okay. It's all good. You ain't gotta do that. You already bad. You
Exactly.
good.
Just had to put that out as a disclaimer before we get into all that, because speaking of that, we're going to talk about females. We're going to talk about a controversial topic that Joe Budden, I always be about to slip up and say Joe Biden, but Joe Budden actually said on his podcast. No, Joe Budden seems to go viral like at least once a week or every 2 weeks. He has a big topic. So one thing that he said that stuck out to everybody, he stated that the girl rap wave is over. The girl rap wave is over. So I'm gonna play you the clip of what he said. This is fair use, by the way, Joe. Please don't take my video down. But this is fair use. This is a very interesting topic, and I'm sharing my screen with you to listen to what he said. All right, so let's hear it real quick.
The girl rapper wave is over.
Damn.
Fair use.
Just telling you what it is. I'm normally a few months ahead with this stuff. Sometimes a few years ahead with this stuff.
When you say over,
Why do you say that?
nigga, you just said
Yeah.
it was over.
That's critical what he said right there. Usually I'm ahead of this stuff. Let's keep going.
The girl rapper wave is finito.
How you just changed?
so.
You just said a couple of weeks
Why?
ago that it was lit.
When it was
No, I said the cream rises to the top. So Lotto shall remain.
she will.
Flo Milli shall remain.
Shout out to home team Flo Milli.
Rhapsody will always be there, but she wasn't really a part of.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that, go find a girl, send her to Columbia, get it done, put her in the studio with fucking Mike Will or any one of them niggas. All of that, planting the girl in the scene, getting the record, and it taking off. That wave is over. I think labels are looking at it like very few of y'all are selling records. It's too much work to get your coin back. We got to go do brand deals all over the world with y'all. Y'all are expensive. Some of y'all are annoying. And none of these records are working.
But
None of these records are working. But and let me get to Cardi B.
All right, we're gonna stop it right there. Okay, because we'll talk about Cardi B in a second. Is there any validity in what he said, according to the culturalist theorist right there?
Shout out to him saying, man, sometimes I be a couple of years early. Nigga, everybody's a couple of years early. I could literally say anything right now and be like, yo, but give it some time. And in the 2027, I'm be like, see, I told you, relax. That's first off. Second off, the cream always rises to the crop. That's with any bull rush of anything, right? So yes, the floodgates did open more recently with the female rap wave. So he's right in that in terms of that. But saying that it's over would imply that there's nothing left. You can't say that it's over and then name 3 people, but then not even name the hottest out right now, arguably Glorilla or a couple, whoever else you want to Ice Spice. You're gonna tell me Ice Spice is over? I don't know. I'm not saying maybe it's Sexy Red over. I don't know. Those are stretches. I just named 3 more, so that's 6 people now that we've named. If I sat here and thought a little bit more, I could probably name 3 more. So is it over if I can name 10 people that are still relevant because 30 came through and 7 to 8 or 9 stayed? That doesn't mean it's over per se. Now I do understand the whole industry plant shit or whatever you want to call it. To go get somebody that looks a certain way, have somebody write something for them. That sure, maybe that's over, but that wasn't everyone though. That's the thing. There was a handful. You can maybe Ruby Rose type shit, maybe Sukiana, maybe I don't know. That shit isn't there. True, but nobody believed in that anyway. So no one took that seriously. So I get what he's saying. Shout out to being years early, nigga. Okay, but when he elaborated, it made a little more sense. But the hot topic or the hot title is the girl rap wave is over. He really when he elaborated, that's not really what he meant though.
And I was thinking of another girl, as you were saying that it's a whole lot of money. What's that chick?
Bia. She dope though. I kind of like Bia though. You don't fuck with her? I'm in London. I like to go and shop. That shit hard. Her and J. Cole? That shit was hard.
Yeah. J. Cole's another topic. I ain't even finna go there right now.
She kind of dope though, man. Check her out for real.
I have. I'm just saying. Listen, I mean, I don't think she's a bad rapper. I just don't. I mean, she's a part of the wave of the female, because the girl rap wave. To me, what he's talking about is the single era, where these girls put out there's a plethora of women that have hit singles because they're not selling albums. They're not. The only female rappers that can sell albums, meaning they have a chance of going platinum or gold, is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, no, I'm tripping. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Megan Thee Stallion couldn't go gold right now. She couldn't go platinum or gold.
I disagree.
If I'm lying, then her last project would have done that. Her last project, Tromethazine or whatever the hell you call that.
That shit was ass though, and she was going through a lot of label shit. Watch what her new shit do.
I bet you. Look, I can put money that she won't go gold or platinum. The Hiss, don't let the Hiss single get you fooled. That was only because it was mechanical. They worked it, and shout out to her for going number 1. But that wasn't real. Like these days, a lot of times with this streaming and stuff, a number 1 record isn't really a number 1 record. To me, a number 1 record is popularity. You know, when it comes out and it resonates with people. These days, like when Drake drops something, right, it can automatically go number 1 because it's Drake dropping it. With the Megan Thee Stallion thing, Nicki Minaj is the reason that it went number 1, because Nicki Minaj gave it extra push because she gave all the attention to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the reason that went number 1. But anyway, back to that. I think that as far as the hit singles, like Rolling Stone named Sexy Red's Ski Yee as the hottest rap single last year.
Right.
So what that does is it releases the floodgates of all these other female rappers coming in to make it look like it's dominant. Now, I heard Academic's response to this, and he said something very interesting. He said that he disagreed with Joe. He thinks Joe is pretty much talking about albums. Academic said that albums are dead.
Period.
Now I understand what Academics was saying. I don't think albums are dead, because if albums were dead, nobody would be selling records. Now there are more people that are not selling records than most, because you can go to the mails and everything.
Yeah,
We're talking about, but you got to think about hip hop, country, R&B, rock. There still are a lot of people selling records. Drake can drop right now. He's going to sell records. J. Cole, Kendrick. You got a lot of different people. Beyonce.
yeah.
Albums are still a factor and still important, because they measure out your reach. That is, you got to have something packaged in order to tour. And I'm talking about go on your own tours. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce put out Renaissance, she could do a whole Renaissance tour.
Of course.
Drake put out For All the Dogs, or in what's the one with 21 Savage?
Her loss.
Her Loss. You can go on a tour doing that. Drake can't just keep dropping single. I mean, Drake can, because he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
But say, for example, Drake has just dropped 5 singles. He's not going to go off on tour for those 5 singles. He's going to give you a package of something, right? We know that female rappers haven't historically sold as much as male rappers in general. You know what I'm saying? I think like the highest selling female artists, like Nicki Minaj, Lauryn Hill, if you want to count her.
Yeah,
And I think Missy Elliott did some good numbers.
absolutely.
They've done some decent numbers, but going gold the first week, there's no female rapper that's ever done that. Going platinum the first week, that hasn't happened, and it more than likely won't happen unless something crazy happens, right?
Yeah.
Rap is a male-dominated sport. However, my opinion on it, I do feel that albums are still important, but everything Joe was saying was truthful in the sense of, hey, put this Pretty Girl or Ratchet Girl, whatever, on a Mike Will Made It beat, and then it's gonna do numbers. Yeah, for the singles, but nobody's buying Glorilla's album. Nobody's going to stream Glorilla's album. Nobody's going to stream Lotto's album. Shout out to Lotto.
Whoa. The last one went gold. Last one went gold.
What? Which Lotto album?
The 777. That went gold off that Big Energy.
See what I'm talking? Okay,
it went gold.
That's Big Energy though. That single. If it weren't for that single, people didn't listen. You saw what her first week numbers were?
Yeah, the first week numbers were low, but it gained traction as it went on, though. But that's the streaming era that we in, though. They don't make the rules, but you play the game.
Hold on, I'm looking now. Let me see.
It went gold in August of last year.
I don't see it, bro.
I'm telling you,
that shit did not go gold, bro.
I promise you. Chart data.
She would have a gold certification. This shit didn't go gold.
Well, chart data is lying then.
Yeah, no, that ain't go gold. She don't sell. She does like 20,000 the first week.
That's true, but I think we're putting too much stock in sales in 2024. Like that stuff, you can be relevant without big sales. Like Drake is obviously a superstar. Beyonce is a mega star, but you don't have to be a mega star to be relevant. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, you don't. But albums still establish you at the end of the day. Because with the singles, now the thing is with the Sexy Red, let me go back saying this. Sexy Red, people are not going to stream her album. Like Glorilla, those are not album sellers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj is an album seller. Cardi B is an album seller.
Yeah, they're superstars. Those are superstars.
Yeah, they're superstars, but when Cardi B first came out, she wasn't a superstar. She gradually became one. She wasn't a superstar. Listen, Bodak Yellow was hot. She had a good first week, but then she eventually became a superstar.
Yeah.
Now, she was a star. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a star, but eventually, like as time progressed, superstar. You know what I'm saying? So with these female rappers, city girls, like they don't. I mean, I'm just saying that they're not. Or this is what Academics pointed out. He said, how can the girl rap wave be over? Because he's talking about sales as if these girl rappers that are out now sell albums. He said, these girls don't sell albums. The only ones, and you don't even count Cardi B and Nicki Minaj because they're what? Superstars. So he was like, how can a girl rap wave actually be over when there's nothing really to compare it to besides singles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
Now,
is he saying that there was no wave to begin with?
yeah, he's saying there ain't no
Gotcha.
way to begin with.
That's
If
fair.
according to what Joe Budden is saying,
Right.
because Joe Budden is talking about record sales and all this other stuff, which they don't sell records. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be different if they did at one point and then now they don't. That would be one thing.
Right. But they hadn't done nothing to begin with. Traditionally, I mean, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B, like truthfully, the reason good news. The only reason that had a decent first week was because of the Tory Lanez situation. That's the reason I tuned into it. I was like, let me see if she's gonna talk about it. Oh, she ain't talking about it. Okay, get out of my face. But it counted as a stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that Joe Budden is foreseeing the future as far as I guess what he's saying is like this whole sexy red wave that can come in where anybody can just get on, like a female, right?
Right.
Can get on and do the Glorilla sexy red thing. Is that going to be over eventually? Because I mean, I think Sexy Red ran her course. I think this might be like I give her to like the summer, maybe.
I'm about to say I think I don't know, man. She might got one or two more left. This is a pivotal year. This year will tell it all.
This year it will. I didn't expect Glorilla to come back. She came out swinging on this Yeah Glow, but I mean, but nobody ever, like, I've never heard anybody, like, I think that these people like the streams and these singles, but these record labels know we can't make no money off of these albums. Like, our money is going to be endorsements, shows, all that other stuff. Go ahead.
Because no one, to be honest, no one is saying, I don't know anybody that's looking forward to it, that's anticipating any one of their solo projects. That's the difference in their relevancy and being hot. Whereas if you look back in the day, bro, I first saw DMX single. I was like, bro, I got to hear this nigga shit. I got to hear the album, bro. Like, who the fuck is that? What is that?
Mm-hmm.
I got to hear what else he got to say. Mm-hmm. Whereas it feels like nowadays, and maybe it's the streaming era, maybe it's the social media era, the TikTok era, maybe they're approaching it differently, but I haven't heard a female join and been like, yo, I got to hear what her album sound like, other than the ones who have already been here. Like Rhapsody shit, I need to hear that.
Absolutely.
You know like if you've been here, then that's one thing. I'm saying of the new wave, maybe with the exception of Lotto, because I did actually like her project.
Yeah, I like Lotto and shout out to Lotto. She's been on the show before. I like her skills. I love her rap skills.
Yeah.
Does that pull me into wanting to listen to her album? Now, of course, I'm a guy, so I'm a little different, right?
Yeah, we're not the demo.
I'm not the demo, technically, but music reaches everybody. No, it doesn't. When I heard Nicki Minaj for the first time, I wanted to hear her album.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
When I heard Rhapsody rap, where's her album? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even Nicki Minaj now, I'm going to listen to a Nicki Minaj album
for sure.
I think she's a dope rapper. She's one of the best to ever do it as far as the female rap goes, right? And I'm not a fan of Cardi B, but I can understand how someone would be a fan of Cardi B because Cardi B doesn't just rap one way through a project from the last time we've seen. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear a Glorilla, Yeah Glow, that don't make me want to what her album gonna sound like. I don't want to hear an album full of street anthems.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's what that is. That's an anthem, and I don't have any faith that she could drop a full project. But I'm not asking for it either. She could drop a Yeah Glow every year and be straight. Honestly, if that's her bag, if she got the anthem every summer, nigga, that's a perfectly fine career, bro. To keep it a buck. Yeah,
it just depends on how far you're trying to go with it. It says Go 816, shout out to you, Play. You said it's the no replay value problem, but a lot of music in general. Yeah, because we can take it to the male rappers as well, because
of course
they're not, but it's more male rappers and it's more high selling male rappers. If a male rapper comes out with a single like Yeah Glow, more than likely people will tune into his album quicker than they would Glorilla album.
It depends.
I think so. Who name a equivalent male rapper to Glorilla from Memphis, like a Moneybagg Yo?
Moneybagg Yo, yeah, that's fair. Moneybagg, that's a fair one.
He sells records.
I checked for his project, no doubt.
Exactly.
Was there replay value in it though? No,
I ain't say what, but you you get what I'm saying though.
But you can look at somebody like a Nardo Wick. A Nardo Wick will have a hot song, but that don't mean you checking for the album.
Yeah, true. But but I think like a Moneybag Yo, I was thinking of somebody like I'm saying that there are people who are in that range that are males that do sell records because
True.
Moneybag Yo didn't he have like a #1 album? Like he
did.
putting up numbers.
Yeah, no, he did. He was super hot at one point.
At one point, yeah. So the male, because it's a male dominated sport, I get that. But as far as to go back to what Joe Budden said, I don't see if he's saying it's over. I can't say it's over right now at this point because
he's a few years early. Remember?
Yeah, he's so I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, shoot, it's 2024. What are like the hottest songs out? Glow is one of the hottest ones
for sure.
Megan just went #1. It was bullshit, but she went #1. That counts.
Yeah.
And
are we in a club with it? What we talking about? Like the Boss Man joint? Like that shit going hard.
What's that?
The 50th flow eating hibachi, like that shit going hard.
Okay, yeah. So I'm saying, like, I was thinking, like, okay, maybe he's seen because that's why I had to listen to him. I'm like, okay, I see what he's talking about. I could see because hip hop in general, these labels already said that they ain't trying to sign no rappers.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to move on, and I think that they're trying to milk what they can from these females. And I think people are just pretty much tired of it because the reason I think about this Sexy Red thing is because she hadn't dropped nothing. Like if it weren't for the Drake Rich Baby Daddy song, I think she would have stopped at Ski Yee because that bullshit song she put out, fuck my baby daddy or whatever the case may be. I think everybody's subconsciously like, okay, you're trying too hard. Like
that was trash.
Yeah. Like,
with the video, it was
like, come on, man. Like you're doing the gimmick worked. But don't overdo it. She's overdoing it now with the whole I'm pregnant and twerking. I'm like, okay, even ratchet folks have morals in their head and be like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, okay, give it to me like Ski Yee. Now, if she would have dropped the line, fuck my baby daddy in the Ski Yee song as a line or a bar, rather, it would have been different. But you give me a whole song talking about that, acting like, no.
That I will say, I don't think her wave is over because she's gonna be in the freshman class. And I think she'll have a rollout around there with some new music. That's my guess.
Yeah, I give her now that Glorilla is popping again. Sexy Red is in competition with that because Glow been cold for like a whole year.
Yeah, for sure, she was cold.
Yeah, so this came back up. She's probably on her mojo again.
You see how quickly it happens though? Look how quick.
That was the shit. It took a long time.
No, but I mean, I'm saying in terms of you could be ice cold on Thursday.
Yeah, and then come up. Yeah,
on the weekend you could be back.
Sexy Red don't have enough talent. I think Glow has talent.
I think Sexy Red got talent, bro.
I'm sorry. Let me get some water. Hold on. Okay.
I think she's got. I think y'all said it on here. She got 4 or 5 joints last year. You and PM said that. The Shaky Dreads, the SRTs and Hellcats, the Ski Yee, the Pound Town.
Pound Town, I give you those two. Those other two, those just ones for like people. I mean, those weren't really like those are club hits.
That's
those
what I mean. But that's something. I was out and heard that they damn near played the whole set. They played like 3 or 4 of her joints in a row. I was like, wow, okay, and people would turn.
Yeah, they would turn, but I mean, what's the replay value on those songs though? Besides Ski Yee and Pound Town,
I agree. No, they don't. They're hood hits,
right?
For sure.
Yeah. Like that's
how you remain relevant. That's how you stay afloat.
Yeah, you can stay afloat, but that's not really long lasting though. Like
that's true.
Yeah, like
that's not
those records that Glow had. Those stuck for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say I think that Glow actually has talent. It's just Glow is making the wrong steps, doing the cha-cha slot, trying to reinvent that. Because you could hear her rap. It's just that she just wasn't making the right decisions. Like,
is Ice Spice in this conversation?
Ice Spice, I gotta give her credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and act like she don't have her fan base and everything like that. I do think she's an industry plant, of course, but I mean, you know, she ain't gonna drop no album though.
Yeah, she'll drop like maybe an EP, something like that.
If that, she gonna drop singles. That's what academics were saying earlier today. They know not to drop no damn album. That's gonna because see, if you drop an album, it exposes you, and
I agree
because it's still a thing. people still going to say that you flop, and your bag could go down because see, Sexy Red cannot. I mean, she's been doing some shows by herself, some of them, but typically it's with people. You know what I'm saying? Like these albums, if you drop an album and it flops, that could bring your value down. So I don't think Ice Spice, because Ice Spice is on a. Who would you say? Ice Spice is on a big level, though. You know,
yeah, she's on a big stage. She's ascended very quickly, aligning herself with Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj. That'll do that.
Yeah. So if she drops an album and it flops, that's gonna be a way worse look than Sexy Red, because Sexy Red is ratchet. That urban crowd, we don't really expect her to do too much, but Ice Spice is like on a You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, more commercial. She in commercials and shit.
Commercials.
It could backfire, just like Coi Leray. She did like 9,000 first week, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Because nobody was gonna buy that. Nobody wanted to hear. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't make the type of music that you want to tune in and listen to.
It was TikTok music, bro. Like it's cool for a clip,
but then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So also I want to talk about this. My sister-in-law. Well, I was over the house and she was like, Joe Budden, he a hater, man. I swear he a hater. Is Joe Budden a hater? Let me ask you, CJ.
I've seen him hate before.
Okay.
But hating is different from being a hater. That's different. I think he tells his truth, but I have seen him hate. He hated on the youth. When he did Everyday Struggle with Yachty, I thought he was hating on Yachty. I did. And I'm not a fan. I can't really get into Yachty's music, but I actually respect him for trying new things and trying to push the culture forward. I do respect that. Joe Budden was hating on him. He was hating on the young dude. He was the get off my lawn. Oh man, all this new generation sucks, which everybody said about the generation before and before and before. We do that every 10 years. So he was hating on him. Do I think he's a hater though? Nah, I don't. I think he just calls it from how he sees it. And more times than not, he's on point. More times than not.
Got you. I don't think that he's a hater. I didn't think, honestly, that he was hating on Lil Yachty. What I think is that he's passionate about music.
Sure.
And if you're passionate about something and you grew up with it being a certain way, whether it's basketball, whatever it is, right? I don't think you're necessarily hating if you voice your opinion on it. It could come off as that. Now, if to me, hating is trying to block somebody from doing something. I don't think that he was blocking. He just was speaking his fact. No, speaking of what he felt was facts, an opinion, just like I do. And people like Joe Budden have inspired me. People like academics, believe it or not, have inspired me. Kevin Samuels has inspired me. Tariq Nasheed, so many different people, because they just voice their opinion. And I get told that too. It's like, oh, you hating. I'm like, bro, I think hating is used so loosely now. Now, it could have been some situations like it's up to.
I think Mos Def was hating on Drake.
Yeah. I feel that. I
think he was hating.
Yeah, because you can't say he's not hip hop. If you say he's not hip hop, like, and you can't really give a logical reasoning as to why, I would just say Drake doesn't make the hip hop that I like, or all the stuff that I said. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But with Joe Budden saying that, okay, I don't like what these rappers are doing. This ain't this, whatever. To me, he's just voicing his opinion.
It's no coincidence they're both from the East Coast. And you hear this the most from East Coast people because hip hop was born in the Mecca. Absolutely. The Mecca is New York.
Yep.
I know, obviously, Joe is Jersey, but it's same difference.
It's same difference.
If it doesn't sound like what they're used to, they have biases, and it always takes them a second to warm up to other sounds. Yeah. So they come off as hating at first. That's why I say that.
Yeah. And I'm a traditionalist too. And if you have like Cap Outside Fraternity Incorporated, that's my organization and stuff like that, right? I'm like, if it's something that is going on and it's somebody younger or something like that, I hold prestige to that, and I'm gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, I know you're young, but we have traditional standards over here. You have to go by this, right? Hip hop doesn't respect the youth doesn't respect the OGs, period. Not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether
I know
you
what you
blame
mean.
that on record labels, blame it on whoever, we've seen the instances to where, and now don't get me wrong, the OGs aren't as receptive to the youth a lot either. But a lot of this shit is bullshit. A lot of it is. That's why when I'm gonna talk about T.I.,
Yep.
we're gonna talk about him. But I don't think that Joe Budden is a hater. I think that he and the whole he never made it as a rapper. Guess what? Nope, he didn't. And he's one of the highest paid podcasters out there right now. Deal with it. He's going to continue to go viral. Do I agree with everything this man says? No. But does he be off? Yes. Does he be off more times than none?
Yeah.
Yeah, he be on point.
When you're giving as many takes as he's giving, you're going to have some strikeouts, dude. When you swing that many times,
right? But I respect him in his opinion. I don't think that he's hating. I think that he voices his opinion, and the people every time he's right, nobody ever talks about that. Don't you hate when that shit happens?
That's true.
I hate that. So yeah, shout out to Joe Budden. Now let's move on to this one. He also stated this. Let me go back to that video real quick. He spoke about Cardi B. Fair use.
Cardi B is afraid. And I'm tired of just nobody saying it. Cardi B is scared to come out. It don't take this long to come out. They recently just found every year where she plugged that she was coming, dating back to 2019. It's like 6 different slides in different years of you saying, hey, I have something coming. Even his freestyle was previewed a year ago.
For real? Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was on live somewhere and played this shit. This ain't new off the stove. Offset the other day in his story.
All right. So let me keep going. Hold on.
Yeah, I wish my baby would just drop.
I thought
What
that was
are
part
you
of the
afraid
setup.
of? Right? And I'm just thinking about how Cardi B has reacted to tweets that she dislikes, just any comment that she disliked. I think that she's afraid to put a project out because the wave of if you put a project out and it don't do what it's supposed to do, you're donezo. Rates go down.
And boom. All right. So a lot of validity. Cardi B low-key kind of admitted that on her last Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, she did.
She admitted that she kind of had writer's block, didn't really know where to go, and you could hear it in her music because the game was at a different position at that time, right? Now street anthems are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? How does Cardi B fit the mold? Can she come out talking about twerking? Can she come out? She already talked about WAP. She already did this. Not saying she can't do it again,
right?
But the situation is, okay, where does she go from here? From having, I don't think she expected her last album to do what it did. No. I damn sure didn't. But it was one of the top selling albums. It was one of the hottest albums, and exceeded expectations. So you didn't wait. You wait 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Now it's been since 2018. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I gave her doing high numbers or successful album a couple of years back, but now if she drops, it is gonna look like, okay, if you flop, Cardi, it's a wrap for your music career. To be honest with you, she didn't wait because she waited too long.
Yeah,
she had a point to where she would have dropped it, even if it wasn't good, it was still gonna sell.
I agree. Now it's one of those situations, and we've seen it before. I'm working on a list right now. Top 10 sophomore slumps in hip hop. We've seen it a million times. The best way to get over a sophomore slump, though, is to hurry up, put that shit out, and drop the third joint. Exactly. Learn from the mistakes of the slump and do better on the third one. And there have been bounce backs. So it's not a death sentence unless you let it go too long. And now the anticipation is going to be really hard to meet. That's the problem. I could also argue that she hasn't needed to drop because in the years since, she's probably got a versus amount of songs that she's been a part of that she could do since 2018 to present day. Like I've seen her do the New Year's Eve Miami show set,
Mhm.
and she had song after song after
Mhm.
feature after feature after song after single after loop. I was like, she had more joints than I really realized. If you
Mhm.
count like her and Offset and like Bang, they got 1 or 2 that go, and then all her songs with Meg and blah blah blah, other Lucy's and shit, Bruno Mars and all this shit. So I was like, oh damn, she has been a part of a lot of records. So she's remained relevant without having to drop an album. That's actually a decent space to be in. She didn't have to rely on it. So yes, you can hop on a Lotto, put it on the floor. You can hop on a Glorilla tomorrow, have arguably the hottest female verse that year, and still be relevant. And you can eat off of that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
However, at a certain point, you're going to get called out. Like this, and people are gonna be like, "Yo, like," but again, if she drops a hot song, man, nobody's gonna. Nobody cares if you're dropping good music or you're on the hottest remix of the year. Nobody cares about the album, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Nobody cares if you're dropping hot shit. It doesn't matter. We're only talking about this because Bongos wasn't nothing. The song with Kanye wasn't nothing, and then this one right here is okay, but it ain't the one. So now we're looking like, oh wait, is she really her? Like, or has this been a shuck the whole time? That's when people start talking.
And I think since she hasn't had a hit on her own, she's paid attention to when she actually did drop something. And this Bongos thing probably didn't put the nail in the coffin. It's like, I'm going to use Megan to get back out. It didn't do nearly what it did. It got heavily canned. Joe Budden, that's why she went so hard at Joe Budden, because Joe Budden is Team Cardi. He loves Cardi. So
she's from New York, of course he does.
Absolutely. So when she flopped and Charlamagne and everybody pretty much was like, this ain't it. Okay, I'm afraid now. I'm gonna go back.
But she did say that. That's why I don't think this was such a hot take, because she said that. I was like, she said, like you said, she said on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And no uncertain words, she said it.
Right. Shout out to Lavelle. I was talking to my homie earlier. He said, yep, Future beat the sophomore slump with mixtapes and DS2.
Bingo.
Absolutely. But Future, like, it was the mix. He gave you projects. Those basically were albums. Cardi hadn't given you a body of work. Nah. Future was going the Ja Rule route. And I was listening to Future the other day. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad he didn't keep going.
Which one? Some of the early shit?
Yeah.
Pluto?
Yeah, Pluto. Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
It was cool for the radio, but it felt like he was trying to replace Ja Rule with like the Kelly Rowland Never Ends. I won me a trophy. He was doing all that
trash.
And then
he turned it when he went beast mode on the mixtapes like Monster, and when he just turned it to Toxic King or whatever, he found this lane.
He found it and never went back. You hadn't heard him make a love song with an R&B artist,
a duet,
right? A duet. Like he stopped. He saw the lane for that Ja Rule shit, and he was riding it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just, I know what he came from. And he was like, okay, I don't want to do this. Let me, and that helped him get that project with Drake and helped Drake's career. Future really helped usher in this trap wave that we see now. So thank God he didn't keep going that route.
Yeah, but that Pluto and that Honest and no, bro. With him with Sierra and
that wasn't it. That wasn't it. He started songwriting because I thought that my Body Party, it was a cool song, but I could tell he wrote it. I was like, just go back to doing that street shit. But shout out to Cardi, man. I wonder if she's going to drop. Honestly, if I was her, if I'm that scared, I just wouldn't drop. I mean, she don't need to money-wise, right?
No, she doesn't need to. What she doesn't need to, like, fame-wise, like stature-wise, honestly. She's still hot. What's the over-under? 51% chance? You taking over or under she dropped this year?
Under. Yeah. Under.
Probably.
I just like, because I don't see. Yeah, at this point, that's what I'm saying. You didn't wait it this long. You're not like a Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like, where people want a Cardi album, but I don't think people give a fuck about a Cardi album. And when I say don't give a fuck, not saying it wouldn't be good. But
right.
The culture isn't asking for. We're only asking for it because she hadn't dropped nothing after that. But Cardi is not like a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think this is something she fell into. She happened to be good at reciting and all this other stuff, but that she's not really a true artist at heart. This is something that she happened to dive into that happened to be good for her.
We're more curious to see if she could do it again. Let's be honest. It's
Yeah,
really more of a curiosity, though.
Right. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all let us know in the comments what you think about that. Let's move on to something funny.
Wow.
Oh man. So I talked about Diddy last week, and I told you that the gentleman who sued him for money for millions of dollars, he worked on the Love album. So right after I did my show, I think a day or two later,
Did he hit you up?
Yeah, no. Hell no. Well, look, after that happened, their Twitter went into a frenzy, or X, whatever you want to call it, and Meek Mill's name, his name had came up, but in the court documents, there was allegations that Diddy had relations with a famous R&B singer that just performed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Then a famous rapper from Philly that dated Nicki Minaj. Now, of course, we didn't even have to hear the names. We knew that was Usher, Raymond, and we knew it was Meek Mill. Now, Meek Mill went into a whole tangent going in on Twitter talking about he wasn't gay, right? This is my thing about that. Now, I knew the jokes were going to come.
Of course.
I personally do not believe that Meek Mill and Diddy had anything going on. I don't. I can't put it past him. I don't believe it.
Right.
I don't believe that Meek Mill. Now he's done some questionable things, but just me, I don't believe it. However, Meek didn't make it any better. Meek looked horrible. The worst thing you could do in 2020, we're in 2024, bro. If somebody calls you gay, that's equal, and then you're trying to defend saying that you're not in the way that he did it. That's equivalent to saying, shit, I'm not racist. I got white friends, you know what I'm saying? Or I got a black son. I got a black wife, you know what I'm saying? He was basically like, man, I'm not gay. I love pussy. It's that pussy do it for me and all this other shit. And I'm like, Meek, you're sounding moist doing this now, bro. So bad to where Andrew Schultz, I think that's his name, actually made fun of Meek's reaction. And I'm about to show you this real quick. Fair use. Listen to this.
I was gay happy. I was like, Meek Mill. Guys, it was. I'll be honest with you, I don't think Meek is gay. I do not think Meek is gay. But he is incredibly bad at proving he's straight. He is maybe the worst in history at doing that. When someone accuses you of being gay, you don't get on Twitter and go, I love pussy so much, it's so juicy and wet, it's my favorite thing to put my dick in. I just put my dick in it, it squeezes my dick in it, it's so juicy and it's so wet. He's like, I even had sex with a girl on her period. That's how you know I love women. He tweeted that and I was like, oh, he thinks that's disgusting. And you know who else thinks that's disgusting? The gays.
So that's just a little bit of it. Yeah, that's the worst that you could do, bro. Like, you don't, I could see you saying, hey, I'm not gay, whatever, but he went into so many details talking about that pussy do it for me. I'm sorry. Shout out to my gay folk, but I like a lot. Like, dude, like, Meek, shut up. I swear it wouldn't have got this big. People were going to make jokes, right? Of course. He made it worse. He promoted it. And then, you know what was funnier? When it first came out, that nigga was going back and forth with academics, talking about some, man, they're trying to sabotage me because I'm putting out an independent album. I'm independent. And that's probably AI. AI probably made up some stuff or whatever. We were like, no, dude, it's a court document that has it in here. Really? Where is it at? He didn't even read it. So my whole thing was, like I said, I don't believe that he is. I think the dude, I don't even believe that dude. Now, is Diddy moist? Possibly. Allegedly, possibly. I'm not putting that out the window. However, I don't believe that dude who filed the lawsuit because he's trying to just get some money. He's trying to take advantage of the allegations that are out about Diddy now and the rumors that he's been gay for years. Right. He's trying to get a settlement. That's all that is. And you do that by embarrassing that person and stuff like that. So I think this is a money grab. But Meek Mill, at this point, all you should do is you just say, hey, man, I ain't gay. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Go about your business. Because we're in a different age now. being called gay back then, you was ready to scrap. But being called gay now, it's like, man, like, why would I even go back and forth? You got the LGBT community that is a whole, thing. Like they're a unit and they don't play about that. So, I would just ignore it. Like, I'd just be like, whatever. What you think?
And like you just said, had he went the ignored or the short answer route, the jokes would have stopped probably within the first 8 hours or so. They would have made their rounds for a little bit, then they would have came to a screeching halt. But you got to remember, he put out an album. He put out an EP. He needs impressions. If you're Meek Mill and you're independent, you need all the promo that you can get. Facts. So him leaning all the way into this, number one, it's right on brand because Meek has done he's a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic. He's proven that time after time again.
Absolutely.
So this is actually right on brand for him. I wouldn't expect him to have handled this any other way, but it's got people talking, and he needs this promo. When you're independent, all that promo come out your pocket. So if I can hop on here on Twitter and get people to retweet me and talk about me and say some wild shit and it go viral and the comedian standing in front of what look like 20,000 people bring me up to, man, then so be it. Nobody's going to care next week. That's the fact of the matter. No one will remember any of this shit next week when we got a whole new set of shit to talk about. Like, so he's playing that game. Some people have mastered that. Kanye has mastered that, probably a little bit too good. Ross has mastered it. Like, there's certain people in hip hop. Freddie Gibbs has mastered that again a little bit too well. Yeah. He got hands and feet put on him. He's got so good at it. Yeah, but but Academics is good at this. Joe Budden is good. There's a lot of people that are good at seizing the moment and maximizing it and getting as many impressions out of it as possible, especially if you got something to push.
Now, let me ask you this though. Meek has this behavior from him got him in a beef. I understand that, but I also think he just has Twitter fingers. He gets emotional. Maybe over time he looked at it like, okay, this works, so let me keep it up. But like you said, he handled it in traditional Meek Mill fashion. I wasn't surprised. I was just like shut the hell up, dude. Like, what are you doing?
It's the meme of everybody staring at him playing out. With that's playing out in real time, bro. It just is what it is.
Exactly. But shout out to Meek.
I like the EP though.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah, see, I liked it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even get a chance to check it out.
Future snapped on there. Check it out.
Okay, yeah, okay, because it's an EP.
Yeah, it's just 4 joints. It's good for the gym. You're on a treadmill. There's a place for Meek's music for me because I'm in the gym. So it's high energy. He's yelling, screaming. I need that on my last set. So there's a space for it.
Got you. Okay, y'all check that out, man. But I feel like Meek, if he was feeling some type of way about this being called gay, he should have just shut the hell up. And I promise you, the jokes were gonna come. But you see what Usher did? Usher shut the fuck up.
He like good now though. His album out. He just did the Super Bowl. He don't need the press.
Nah. But you guess
what?
He's
on vacation too.
But you know where he went on vacation to? Did you hear him out? He was doing yoga with Russell Simmons. And
he's in Bali or something.
Yeah, everybody was like, that wasn't a good look. I'm like, man, because Russell left the country.
Yeah,
and they said that it's ironic that Usher is named in that lawsuit, and then he left to go chill with Russell. But I don't think that it's because Usher about to go on tour.
Yeah,
sold out tour.
I'm about to say he'll be just fine.
Yeah,
it won't be an empty seat at none of them shows.
No, and he just like those gay allegations at this point, bro. Like Illuminati, all that stuff, that's going to come. You know what I'm saying?
It's just for the jokes at this point, honestly.
Yeah. So I would have just kept it moving and been like, whatever. Yeah. But speaking of moist, did everybody get a chance to see Shay get out that car? Lord have mercy. Let me show y'all what Shannon Sharpe, in case you've been hiding under a rock, let me show y'all Shannon Sharpe getting out the car. This, oh my God, look at this.
Wines, see the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done. This one, all
right, so that looked harmless, right? That look harmless. Look what the internet started doing.
Hey, everybody. We just landed. We got all them people in the back. We on our way to go get us some wine. Only thing we doing today, we ain't doing too much.
I don't want to get a copyright strike. Look at that. Now, this is the social media has been going on a frenzy making fun of Club Shay Shay. Everybody was like, oh my God, they look like Shay Shay. So, but one in particular had me rolling, CJ.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I gotta pull this up for
dude the muscle with the muscle shirt shit. That nigga was hilarious.
Yeah, but check this out. This right here got me. Whoever this artist is, and did they put their name on here? Not Shay Shay, but yeah, okay. I guess they ain't put their name on. But this was what got me. Everybody, they got a still shot of his legs, and from my understanding, he had 2 hip replacement surgeries. And he can't stand correctly, but the fact that he wears these tight ass clothes and you wearing a man bag is just gonna make you look bad. Folks were saying that he looked like Miss Netta. Oh my God, they haven't been letting Shay Shay make it. So, but this right here, and I think it's Solely Art. Whoever Solely Art is, I ought to give you a quarter for this one. This was hilarious. The way his legs are looking and all this other stuff, man. Because that's how he was looking when he got out that car. Look at them shoes, you know. So, man, but this has been hilarious. It came out of nowhere, but they're not letting them make it. Go ahead.
This first of all, this was hilarious. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've always hated the name Club Shay Shay. The very first time I saw it, I was like, why did he call it that? Like, I've never heard anybody refer to Shannon Sharpe as Shay Shay. I follow football. I've been watching football my whole life. I've never heard anybody refer to him as that.
Isn't that a nickname some family member gave? It sounds like something your grandma would call you or something.
Right. Yeah, it does. But I had never heard it, and that's probably where it comes from. But I've always hated that. I'm on record. I was like, that sounds whack. But with that being said, in 2024, in this day and age, man, this ain't doing nothing but boosting his status, bro. He's having an MVP season this year in the culture. Like, and we're only in March. It ain't even hot yet.
Right.
So,
and he didn't even expect for nothing like this. He just getting out the car doing all this.
That's it.
And it went viral. If you notice, ever since he's left Undisputed, he's been up cooking. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be more so from the ESPN side, the journalism side. It's been more so of his podcast and what he wears. See, because he got so upset with the whole gay thing too, right?
Yeah.
Mike Epps, but he's not used to this. He didn't understand that once you reach pop culture, comedians are gonna come after you making jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because not everybody knows who you are, so they putting you in the set.
Yeah. You gonna get clowned about. You're not, that lets you know that you're doing right though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because he be doing stuff, you know, and you got a stylist and you wearing them tight ass clothes with all the muscles and stuff, people are going to talk about you. Period. Sure. So that's why I was like, man, he was tripping at going to Mike Epps, because right after that, a week later, after him and Mike Epps reconciled, Eddie Griffin was on stage making fun of him. And everybody, look what is going to happen now. And you expect Mike Epps not to make fun of him with this? Dog, you wearing this type of shit and you got a man bag on, man. There's no way you can not look moist if you got a man bag. I'm sorry. You can call me misogynistic, whatever. I don't think that no man should be having a man bag, man purse. Wear a book bag, goddamn it. That's what I said. Y'all can come at me.
Fanny pack. He ain't got pockets. He couldn't have had pockets in the shit that he was rocking.
Nah, if he had pockets, you'd be able to see. You ever heard can't wear skinny jeans because my knots won't fit?
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I couldn't wear. Jay-Z made me not ever want to wear skinny jeans because of that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay-Z. But yeah, but Shannon, these, you know, when you, especially if you wear stuff, keep it going, but you have to have tough skin now. And I think he's gonna realize that, because I'm imagining if that happens to me and everything I do, somebody's calling me moist or something like that. I'm like, damn, but you know, and to be fair, the video, he didn't really look like that. It's those still shots. The still shots made it look way worse, because I saw the still shots first, and I said, "What the hell?" Because he was standing all his hips and all that. But then when I saw the video, I said, "Oh, okay, I see it. It's moist. His outfit is moist
for sure."
But the still shots made it look way moist than what it was. I said, "What the hell is this?" So,
bruh.
So yeah, but shout out to Club Shay Shay. Now, let's talk about this, man. Dylan.
Top five.
Let's look at Dylan. He was actually on some podcast. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm about to play the video fair use. But he had some stuff to say about the famous Dave Chappelle skit. He said that it ruined his career. So let me go ahead and play this fair use. Fair use.
And the fridge is empty. In 2005, I'm empty. No one is calling me. Everyone is laughing. This is legend now. This is I'm legend now. Now I'm legend. I'm fucked up for what you just did. And you're not answering the phone. No one is answering the phone. So everybody said, "Oh, you're boss now, man. You've gone through, man. You make it." How? When at that time, no one picking up their phone, not a one label. And at that time, you had to sign to a record label, not one label. And I know all of them, so I'm calling them direct. They're like, "I can't help you. That joke gone, buddy. That joke took over.
That joke burned your career.
The joke actually burned it. At that time, I couldn't do nothing."
All right. So he says that it ruined his career. He couldn't do nothing. What career?
Bro, listen, I can understand from his perspective because he's in it.
Okay.
So it feels different when you're in it. We're on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
We can tell him, bro, fam, I wasn't going to the show. Nobody was like, bro, you might have done a hole in the wall club or a bar or something of that nature, but there was no career. It wasn't as high as, you know, they tell you don't get too high on the high. It's never as good as you think it is. It's never as bad as you think it is. Bro, it wasn't as good as you thought it was, respectfully. Now I'm gonna tell you what's interesting. That all happened in the wrong era. Had that happened present day,
oh yeah,
he'd be hot. He'd be getting booked for that. The reverse would happen because of social media and all of that shit. At worst, you'd be hosting some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have a booking in your bio. If Dave Chappelle, the biggest comedian, or arguably the biggest comedian on earth, did a skit about you, you'd be getting shows.
Yeah.
So if he's looking at it from, if he would have said that, like, yo, it just happened in the wrong era, that's fair. But bro, spoiler alert, nobody on the show was getting booked for shows, bro. It wasn't just you.
No. Now, people from the show could have used that as leverage to try to do some other stuff, which Chopper actually did. If you remember back in the day, he had got a deal with somebody.
Yeah, deal with Bad Boy.
Oh, it was with Bad Boy?
He was on Bad Boy South. Yeah.
Okay, Bad Boy South. I could have sworn for another label, but he's the only one that had a single that actually
agreed. Yeah.
After that. Yep. And if you remember when they were battling, Jay Mills was on the show. He wasn't in the competition, but I think he was one of the people that were battling, and he ended up signing with Young Money. But anyway, but yeah, he's saying they ruined a career, and I'm just like, well, I never looked at any of them as somebody who could be really successful outside of the band. You know what I'm saying? So, but like you said, outside looking in, he could have felt like, you know, it was more scrutiny and embarrassment.
Of course,
you could be a laughing stock. So I guess I could see that. But if you're thinking that you were going to be the next Wyclef or something like that, my brother, you're sadly mistaken.
We're laughing at you're seeing a change of time. Meek, in my opinion, is leaning into being laughed at to get impressions. Shannon Sharp is leaning into getting laughed at. Like, that's a good. His PR people are like, yeah, keep that up, keep wearing that. I'm telling you. So it's a new time. Like, you want impressions, you want eyeballs on, you want attention. And then if you have good or at least decent music, then you can maybe hold some attention. But back then, that wasn't the case. I will say I was surprised. Did you know that Making the Band 2, do you remember watching any of that?
Yeah.
Did you know it was 3 seasons? Just them?
Of them?
They did 33 episodes, bro. The only reason I know this because I've been researching. Bad Boy, Where Are They Now? Coming soon. Culturalist Theory on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, there was 3 seasons of this shit. I didn't remember that at all. So that's kind of crazy.
Me neither. It was long, but I don't remember it being but I watched like every episode.
Yeah,
of
me
that.
too. I was locked in. That shit was must see.
Yeah, it was must see TV. It was great.
On the low, that album ain't that bad either though.
You said what?
That album wasn't that bad on the low. That the band album low key had some shit.
My little brother had that album. I only listened to. I mean, their first single was pretty cool. But I think if they would have had that now, like you said, everybody would have a career doing something.
Facts.
Everybody that was on that show, and I'm not saying music. Just
it could be whatever.
Yeah, you could be a Sweetie. You could be a Kardashian or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and when I say that, using it as leverage for something else.
Ness has his own cheesecake now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart. You know,
but that's what I mean. He's doing that because that's the wave now. Even though that show is 15, 20 years old.
Hey,
but
man.
if that was now, everybody would have something.
Absolutely.
A catchphrase.
Yep.
Some merch.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Dylon doesn't lean into it now. It ain't too late.
No, it ain't. It's never too late.
Yeah. Shoot. So, hey, that may be something, Dylon, if you're watching this, man, make sure that you try to use that as leverage instead of it messing up your career. You could go by doing a sympathy tour talking about that.
You remember that Freddie P had a video where he talked about how that shit ruined his career. A lot of people have spoken out against that show.
Sure did. Yeah.
He's not the only one.
Yeah, that's true. But let's go on to this one, talking about the current state of the rap game. And I wanted to say this for a little later in the show. For those who are joining in, make sure that you hit that like button. I see one heart from Facebook. Make sure y'all hitting that like button right now. If you're watching this on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, make sure you retweet this. And then if you're watching this on Facebook and you're enjoying this show, make sure you hit that share button and hit that like button, y'all. We got a good show going on right now. So make sure that you support and keep doing that. All right. And of course, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting on? You see, this is a great show. There you go. All right. Get those likes up. I like that. All right. Keep those likes going. All right. Because it's free 99 to do that. All right. So let's talk about T.I. criticizing today's current rappers. Now, he appeared on a podcast. That's
Shaquille
O'Neal's podcast. And I didn't feel like pulling up the clip because basically he's saying what everybody else says nowadays, but he gave a great analogy. He said that today's rappers are like the NBA. You got to try for the NBA. You got to build up to get to the NBA, but it's like the NBA let in a bunch of amateurs come in and play in NBA games. Now we talk about that wasn't a hating standpoint. That wasn't hating on the youth. But if you listen to the music, a lot of the reasons that these albums don't do well, I know it's streaming. I know we got different forms of how we receive music, but a lot of it, the most important thing is it's not that good. A lot of this stuff sounds like people just learned how to rap and got on auto-tune. And when you're listening to that on the radio, wherever you're hearing it, yeah, you could think that it's jamming.
Yeah.
But jamming is different from actually liking the song because, oh yeah, it's jamming. I'll ride to it. You know what I'm saying? But would I go and check out the album? Would I go in to pay for their shows? You see a lot of rappers starting to have to cancel their shows nowadays because they look at the streams and the stats and be like, okay, I did this, did that. Let me go on tour. Then you only sell half of the arena. And you're like, damn, what happened? Because it's like, nah, I like him, but I don't think I'll spend $200 to go sit front row. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel T.I. and he wasn't hating, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, his son, Demonic, is spitting. He's a part of the new generation. And it's a lot of rappers that are good. Now, of course, when you think about mainstream, it ain't even just mainstream. Man, my nephews be listening to some dudes, the Lils, you know, the Lil this, Lil that. These dudes literally be offbeat screaming on records. And the nephews and them be turning up to it, but they ain't finna listen to the album. They just finna click their music real quick. So yeah, I think that with social media, how social media developed, and then how you can record a rap song on your phone, it takes out the seriousness of it, and the listener, it resonates with the listener, be like, okay, this is BS, so I'm not gonna really indulge in it like I normally would when I had to get CDs, when I had a CD book or even a mixed CD. Even if it was different songs, I had to listen to the song, and if I wanted to skip some, I couldn't just slide the bar. I had to hold the button down to skip over. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot to do, but nowadays, say streaming went away, period, and all we had to go back to physical media. I think record sales would still be low.
For sure. Yeah, probably so. And T.I. made a good point. Two things. He said, like you said, he said if they just opened up the arena, gave everybody a jersey and said, go right ahead, go play. But let's picture that if it happened in real life. They would hand me a jersey and I would go out there and I would try to play and I would get dunked on the first fucking play. I would be injured out for the season because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I go, and eventually so would all the other amateur Joes that went out there and thought they could hang, and they would be on the sidelines watching in the stands. And the only ones that could ball would be the ones left on the court, the last 10. That's how it is in the rap game, bro. The cream rises to the top. That's just how it goes. The internet has opened up the floodgates, has made it more accessible for people to record music. You don't need an elaborate $1 million studio. You can do it in the kitchen. You can do it in your hotel room. You can record it anywhere. That is, in my opinion, a good thing because now there's nobody guarding it, or there's nobody blocking other people from getting in with different agendas. Anybody, if you're talented, you can break through. But that's in any industry. Issa Rae blew up because she recorded her own shit and put it on YouTube, and it was dope. And next thing you know, everybody, that's what people start calling. That's just how it is. I will say the statement T.I. made before that, I think, was spot on. He said, this generation reminds me of every other generation. You got some people who are exceptionally dope, and you got some people who are just okay. That's it. That is every generation of hip hop. People like to go back to the 90s and say that's the heyday. It's my heyday, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say there weren't whack niggas in the 90s, dude. That would be cap. It's just that there's more of everything today. So that means more dope people. I've got more variety. And then I've also got to hear more whack shit that I've got to sift through. It is what it is when it comes to numbers. I think the percentages are the same, though.
Yeah. Because back then, nobody was going to invest into somebody that was trash musically, because music mattered first.
Right.
Before it was music and image. Those are like the main things, right?
Sure.
Now it's character, charisma, all that other stuff. But back then, also, you had to spend money to record an album. Record an album back then cost thousands of dollars. You had videos, all that shit. So if you trying to make it as a rapper, that was like investing into college. Basically, then, at that time, you either had to be a dope dealer or knew somebody who had. So that's why it was more street people back then, like real street folks. You know what I'm saying? It was an investment. You had to print shit on vinyl to hand to the DJs. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was. That's why with NWA and Ruthless, they had to go through Easy. Easy had the money to put up to get. I don't know how y'all looking at it now, but vinyl print is still expensive today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And imagine that was your only option outside of, tapes and all this other stuff. So back then, you really had to be tapped in. You wasn't going to go in bullshitting because you're fucking off of somebody's money. That means that you had to have talent. Now, were there whack rappers? Absolutely, because some people were just like, okay, well, he looks good enough or she looks good enough, so I can just put some money behind and sell the image, Milli Vanilli, and you ain't even got to do nothing. They
got a dope documentary too. Have you seen that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was they didn't have like 3 of them, but the MTV one was good, and this one they put out on Paramount. Paramount.
Yeah, that was dope.
Real dope. So yeah, but that's the difference. It's way more of it now because it's so accessible.
There you go.
I am saying that music was better back then, but there was still a percentage of rappers and singers that weren't that good. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you can do that for every era. You want to go 90s, 2000s, 2010s, whatever era. I can show you where there was less talented people who slipped through for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? It just there's more variety now. That's the give and take. You know what I'm saying? You don't want gatekeepers. You want everybody to have a fair shot. That okay, cool, but some bullshit is gonna slip through, and then some bullshit may have some fan bases. Like there may be people that's into this, but they don't never last long. Like you can't tell me anybody that was trash that went on a 10-year run. Like I feel like somebody's hot today, here today, gone tomorrow. That's going to happen regardless. Before internet, after internet. The true talented people, like shout out to my man Gold 816, people with musical backgrounds and talent and history, those always make it to the top and last long, bro. That's always been the case. I don't need Shaq to tell me that. I don't need T.I. to tell me that. Come on, bro. Even though I did like the basketball analogy though. But
yeah, that was good. And
I did like that.
And I'm thinking back in the 60s and 70s, you really couldn't go in there bullshitting because you had to record a band.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you only had that. So that back then, it really wasn't no bullshit out.
Facts.
I was looking at back in the 70s music because I got to DJ the 70s party at the end of the month. And I looked and realized how much great music was in the 70s. Like
the percentage was high. It was a high shooting percentage in the 70s.
You're right. In the 70s, pretty much everything that came out was good. I'm talking about white, black,
no doubt.
It's like everything, but that's because of the recording process was way different. You couldn't go in there bullshitting.
It was true.
So yeah. But shout out, yes, musical backgrounds for sure.
And then real quick, how many times have we hear like a cat? Man, it's a dude around the way that was better than Jordan. It's a dude around, but they just didn't get a shot. They just didn't.
Yep.
Now there's no excuse, quote unquote, for that. If you nice, bro, you can go download some hard ass beats on YouTube. You can record it, and then you can film a video in 4K on your phone with your partner holding the phone.
Yep.
Like there's no so now we don't have those missed opportunities. If you want it, you can go and get it. And if you're nice, you'll get heard.
Yeah, the algorithm sucks nowadays, but that's
you fighting that.
Yeah,
that's true.
You got to fight that for sure. I miss back in like 09, 2010, 2011, before streaming came and when it was half digital, half physical.
Yeah,
that was a good time because you could really stand out. But now it's a lot like everybody want to be a rapper. Now you're fighting the algorithms. Now every time something comes out like TikTok, you want to hurry up and get on it real quick because the algorithm is gonna fade. It's a wave. So, but I like when topics like this come up. It's real good. Now, a couple of things I wanted to go over real quick. Kelsey, your girl Kelsey. Now, what is Kelsey's last? So what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say Kelsey. I'm like, now she wants to do an interview. The clips, when I saw that she was going to do an interview, I was like, oh, let me tune into this. But then when I realized that what can she really say that is going to be appeasing to everybody? Because she already went to she can't tell us something different because she went on the stand under oath and said she didn't remember anything that happened that night or anything like that. It's just a little too late for her to try to come up and speak about stuff, because from my understanding from people who watched it, there wasn't anything that was amazing to make you feel like,
the trailer looked like a nothing burger, bro. It looked like she wasn't finna say shit. You could tell, in my opinion, from the trailer that this is about to be a major pump fake. Anything short of here's the video of what happened in 4K, bro, then because this would have, number one, she'd have been on a bigger platform if she was actually talking about something. With all due respect to whatever was that Shade Room or something? I don't know what that was.
The Danza Project, I think that's what it's called.
Shout out to the Danza Project. It would have been a bigger, and I'm not saying that that's a small platform. Let me be very clear.
Right.
It would have been something more culturally relevant. It would have been Breakfast Club. It would have been something much more pertinent to like the culture. Bro, I knew she wasn't talking about nothing. And I knew them clips weren't going to say shit. The trailer, they tried their best to make the trailer spicy. Yeah, bro, I ain't biting. Yeah. I didn't bite. I knew she wasn't going to be talking about shit. They said she looked like Ruby Rose swallowed an iPhone. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Outside of that, bro, I knew it wasn't nothing. I'm good.
Something was up with her neck. It looked like, I was like, what the hell didn't happen to her? Or as she always looked like that. But yeah, that was funny.
So I knew that wasn't going to be shit.
Yeah, so I looked at that. I'm like, okay, next, because that wasn't nothing. They tried. It was clickbait. It's too late. And like I said, she can't say anything different because she said she can't remember what happened that night. So like you said, the only thing she said was that there was a video. Where's the video? That's all I want to see,
bro.
So
we keep hearing about a video, dog. Like,
and And Tory, he actually filed another appeal, I think, or trying to file another appeal. We're gonna see how that works. So, but yeah, shout out to Kelly. Yeah. Last thing I want to cover is the pandering that Kamala Harris tried to do in the White House. Did everybody see the video? I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to play Sexy Red song and get copyright strikes. But man, you know it's election season. Kamala, she wants to act black. They do this every few years to try to get to pander to black folks. And my thing is this, man. There's one thing to pander because politicians will pander.
They have to do, they do that anyway.
I get it, but when it comes to black people, you know, they say we got to meet people where they are. Man, I went to school in the hood, bro. Like hood folks, you don't have to get on their level to talk to them. Like, okay, they're right here. Let me come to the hood and play some Sexy Red and all this other stuff, bro. No, she invited HBCU students to the White House playing Sexy Red. Now, do people listen to Sexy Red? Absolutely. But to me, that makes it obvious of what they think of us. You know what I'm saying? And I say us because I'm an HBCU graduate. And I know, like, I wouldn't listen to Sexy Red, but they're in a group of intelligent young women, or they should be. You know what I'm saying? Collegiate level women. So playing Sexy Red and all this stuff, I'm like, even if you turn up to it, it's like the Democrats are showing you what they really think about you, or politicians in general. Like, I just think that you can't. Now at homecomings, I get it. We're gonna play, we're gonna turn up. But if I'm at the White House, you don't have to have fried chicken for me to I'm gonna get to the level of black folks or create
what's the acceptable playlist at the White House for college students, bro? Black college students.
Black college students, you could play the Cupid Shuffle. You could play, like I'm just saying, you could play different things. Like you don't have to play. Like, think about this.
You don't think she would get called out for pandering if she played the Cupid Shuffle?
No. Bro, you could do the electric slide. Everybody know that. Something okay, the wobble. The wobble.
Those are still super black culture specific. Even if it was the swag surf, she would get killed. People feel a certain type of way about her because of how she's acted in the past. There's nothing she can play that's relevant to black culture that people would not go, you're pandering. There's not one song.
It's not. But my thing is, even like, because it shouldn't been played anyway. Like, you don't have to play that type of, to me, why can't you just invite people there? You know what I'm saying? And then
it's not the place for that type of song. So it seems like a reach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, it shouldn't be no music like that type of music played at all.
There you go.
But I would rather it be something that, you know, if you want to dance, you can do it. But I'm like, Sexy Red, come on, bro. Like,
I mean, you could have just played like some SZA or some, you know, something culturally relevant like that, some Usher or something. But
that's cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a reach when you're at the White House and everybody in suits. We suited and booted.
Mm-hmm.
And you playing Sexy Red, that sounds like a reach, and it's filmed, and that's the clip that they put up. And
come on, bro, she could have just easily had some chitlins there, and then she had some fried chicken, and be like, "Hey, we're gonna serve y'all soul food." It's like it's pandering, bro. I just can't stand that.
I don't like it either, but that's what politicians do, man. They cater to the audience that they're talking to, bro. Everybody does it. They've been doing it for years. However long you've been following politics, that's how long they've been doing it. So
yeah. Just ridiculous, but she gonna get a rude awakening because she trying to do that sister girl magic. I don't know if it's gonna happen this time. Y'all didn't ignore black folks after they didn't voted for y'all, and I didn't vote for. I didn't vote for either one of them. So
you ain't gonna vote for Trump. I got sneakers behind me, man. He tried to get me with the Trump sneakers, bro.
With the Trump sneakers. Yeah, that was another thing.
That's what they do, bro. Like,
but no, that wasn't for us though. That wasn't for black folks, man. That wasn't just for black folks.
No, it wasn't just. That's true. It wasn't just, but it was catering to a crowd.
A crowd of sneakerhead, because it's more it's a lot of white sneakerheads too.
Yeah, but that's a black culture thing. But that's a black culture thing though.
Yeah, I don't think that he said, I'm going to go, this is for the blacks. Like, I think that he did it. I don't, bro, because look who mostly bought the shit. It wasn't a lot of black folks who bought that shit. Did you see the research? It was mostly white people who bought it to resell the shit. The only
That's true.
Like it wasn't like it was only
Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat Joe. That was it. That's what I'm saying. That what black folks wasn't trying to buy that shit. If he
I know
really
somebody that
was
wanted a pair, bro.
of course,
Dead
I mean,
ass.
no, seriously. I mean, they're sneakers. I mean, the fact that Donald Trump released some sneakers and they're limited edition, I'm sure some people probably did want them, but I don't think the plethora of black folks, the Jays buying, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was looking, oh, them Trump's coming. Oh shit, I'm bucking my eyes. I'm about to go to the store and get them. No, hell no, they ain't buy that shit. That was mostly white folks who bought them to resell them or bought them to have them on. Like,
True.
That's what
wearing them is crazy, bro.
Like, come
The
on,
gold
man.
joints with the American flag.
Like, bro, what black person was looking like in whole? Like, man, I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna go. What high schooler was like, man, I'm gonna wear these Trump ones, whatever the hell.
If you did, it would be a flex because they only made like 1,000. That's all. Like a kid will think it's a flex.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm saying that if he tried to pander to black people, that was a terrible move. You could have made him look better than that. Shit. If that was the case, ain't no Negroes walking around with no damn American flag on a gold. I can see if they were white. Come on, man. Or black, nigga, you got a gold pair of shoes,
a gold pair of high tops,
bro. When the hell you gonna wear that shit? Look like you put them motherfuckers on the microwave, it'll blow up the damn microwave.
Yeah, it's about to get nasty out here. It's election year, y'all. This is just the start of it.
This is just a start, and I love election season when Trump is involved because it's funny as hell.
That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, you're gonna give some moments.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man, thank you everybody who joined us tonight for tonight's broadcast. All of y'all who came, make sure y'all hit that like button for all those who are going to see this video a little later. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/ResView. We had a great discussion tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Put a fire emoji if you're watching right now in the comment section. Put a fire emoji if you really like the show, or just whatever emoji that you want so we can get the traction up. And hit that share button, hit that like button, especially if you're on YouTube, to make this the algorithm get up on it, man. It really helps out the algorithm. But yeah, what next do you have dropping on Culturalist Theory?
Man, youtube.com/Culturalist Theory. Bad Boy Records, Where Are They Now? Drops tomorrow. Make sure y'all check that out. We're working on a couple of lists coming soon. Like I said, top 10 sophomore slumps. DJ Khaled albums ranked, MOP. We got another No Limit list. We're gonna go through the unreleased albums. We're gonna rank those. Working on some stuff, man. So yeah, stay tapped in, man.
Okay, bet. Yeah, man. I'll be DJing at the Buckhead Art Gallery Thursday.
Nice.
I don't have anything else for this weekend. Other than that. So you just subscribe. Oh, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yep, salute you. But yeah, make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel as well, and subscribe to what's your YouTube channel?
Man, Culturalist Theory, man. Make sure y'all check it out.
Yeah, some great content on there, man. I'm gonna have to make an appearance on Culturalist Theory one of these days.
For sure. We working on something for content creators. I'm gonna give you a call. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, bet for sure. Everybody else, man, stay tapped in. Follow me on all social media platforms at JAYR3D. Where do we follow you, CJ?
Man, holla at your boy Animal_Brown on Instagram and Twitter.
Absolutely. All right, man. We about to head out, man. Y'all have a great rest of the week. This is CJ J Red ResView, and we're signing